Okay, testing one last time to make sure the mic is working, make sure the camera's on focus, and everything like that. I started making art again, and you should too. Hello, my name is Jlin. I am a 20-year-old trying to start her own business and is in the process of doing that and just trying to figure out life in this 21st century world. In what year is it? 2025. And right now the world fucking sucks for me. And I'm sure for lots of other people too, it sucks. Well, I know for lots of other people it sucks too. But right now, before I even get into the video, today is a little sucky. First of all, well, I'm not going to get into all the details, but I have to go get some shit done. And I have to get some other shit done. And one of the things I can't get done today because it's Sunday and the post office is closed. And what do I have to do at the post office? I have to put in my passport application and everything like that. So in today's video, we're going to talk about why you should start making art again. And over the past almost 2 years now, actually, now that I think about it, I have started making art again. Now, prior to those 2 years, I wasn't making art like at all. Like, the closest I guess closest thing that I was making was just doodles in a notebook or something. That's the closest thing I was doing. So I did write a whole script for the first time forever when I made one of these videos. I like to be a little scripted in this video so that I don't lose track of what I'm trying to say, and so I make sure I bring up all the points I want to bring up. So I'll start in the beginning. So I've been into art since I was little, so since kindergarten. I mean, that's as far back as I can remember. I mean, I don't really know if I was making art in preschool or anything. I mean, we probably were because it was pre-K, but I've been making art since I can remember. And one of my first memories of making art was I was in class and we were doing some project, and I looked at this girl's work and I liked the way she was drawing her people characters, and I don't remember exactly how it looked, but I just remember it being really neat and very clean looking. I was envious of her. Like, I really, or jealous really. I really want to have my art look like that. And ever since I was little, I always had a really passionate feeling when it comes to making art. I always really loved and enjoyed making art. It was always something that made me happy. It was a nice hobby of mine that I had. I used to love to draw, and even my sister too. She's very creative and artistic. I mean, if you were to look at a lot of our old childhood books, there's lots of doodles in the books. Like, yeah, we read the books, but at a certain point, we need paper. We need more paper. So we got into the books. We started doodling all over the books. We made all sorts of things in those books. So essentially the books were ruined. But, I mean, not really. It's filled with art now from our childhood. So, yeah. Now, as I got older, me and my sister, because I'm actually a twin, so we grew up together. We do everything together. But me and my sister started tapping into more creative fields, and one of the more prominent creative fields that we tapped into was stop motion. So we had lots of toys. Lots of dolls and doll houses and stuff. We had toy cars, and shout out to my Froggy Stuff, because if you know my Froggy Stuff, she does a lot of crafts for toys and stuff for her dolls. So we obviously, us being creatives, who love to play with toys, we would make all of the things. We made the beds, we made clothes, we even made a movie theater. Like, that's the type of shit we were doing. We even started crocheting. We didn't get too far into crocheting, but we did start trying to crochet stuff for our dolls. We made clothes, did their hair, all the things. Made closets, made shoes, whatever you could think of for the doll. I mean, we made food. I think I just said that 5 seconds ago. But all from my Froggy Stuff's house. And I'm gonna try to find a clip of one of our stop motions. Um, I'm gonna hope I find it. If I don't find it, then I don't know. But and if I do find it, please show some appreciation because I know it's gonna take a long time to find that video because this is I'm talking over 10 years ago on old Samsung tablets. I think there is a video on Facebook, on my sister's Facebook. I'm gonna try, but if I find it, please show some appreciation because it's gonna take forever to show. And obviously, during this process, I still drew and stuff, and I was still trying to be really creative. Fast forward to middle school, I signed up for art class. We kind of had to like be selected to the art classes. Like I guess if there was room. I don't know if I submit. I'm pretty sure I submitted a portfolio because I do remember in 5th grade my teacher helping me put together a portfolio so that I can make sure I get my butt into the art program. Miss G. So glad for that. I did get in. I loved my art teacher. She's very sweet little olderish lady. Not really old, but older, I guess. Sweet lady. But at that point, I don't really remember ever doing art outside of that class. I don't think not that I can recall at least. I don't remember ever making art outside of class that wasn't for homework or a project or whatever we're working on. I don't recall. And I did enjoy the stuff we did in class. Well, at least most of the stuff that we did in that class. I enjoyed the things that we created, but I stopped making personal art. So in Old Middle School was always just project art and school art. Never personal art, not that I can remember. I would say the only kind of personal art I made was like if I was making a gift. I don't know. For me, I've always had the urge to create something when I'm making somebody a gift. Like I'm not okay, let me go to the store and go buy something for them. Their birthday's coming. No, what I automatically think is, okay, I need to make something for them. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, so obviously I passed that class. I mean, not say obviously, but I passed the class. I was in that class for 3 years. The whole time I was in middle school. Now, fast forward to high school. When it comes to high school, I completely stopped making art. Completely. The only art I would ever make was when I would doodle my notebook, and I still doodle my notebook until this day. I was doodling all the time in middle school. My teachers would call me out for it because like, why are you doodling in class? It's like I just like to doodle. It's just I don't know. It's just very good for my brain and whatever the hell is going on here. Now I can only remember ever making like 1 or 2 pieces of art in high school. That's the only ones I can recall. That's the only thing I can recall. Now, obviously, no, I know I did make some art outside of class in middle school. Nothing. I never finished art in high school. No, I think I drew like 1 thing and that was it, or 2 things, which is crazy. So art for me, I don't. I just stopped making art, and I think I was obviously 1 distracted, 2 I guess art block, and yeah, every day in high school I would wake up at 5 a.m. be out the house by 7. And then during my senior year, I started joining clubs and stuff. So maybe like 2 days out of the week, I would get home at like 5. And by that time, I was tired. And I didn't really get that much homework in high school, thankfully. I love that for me. But, still had other things to do, had chores to do, things to do, clean my room, figure out what I'm going to wear for the next day, all the other stuff, take care of myself, eat, whatever I have to do. So I was not making any art in high school. The only art I did create in high school was I did have a required art class. So we didn't have like an art class there. We only had a required art class. So I was required to take art class to graduate high school. So I think I only was there for like 1 semester. I mean, I don't remember. Wait, it's not even called a semester in high school. What's it called? Marking period. It was only 1 marking period, I think. So I don't recall making anything in that class. I mean, that class, it wasn't really a serious art class. It was just a requirement. So, she was just passing kids, which is good because, people need to pass. Not everybody wants to be artists, but, whatever. The one piece of art I do remember creating in high school, a different piece of art, was during one of my shop class. We had to, I think it was Photoshop we were using, but we had to draw somebody on Photoshop, and I drew Steve Lacy. I'll show that on the screen because I know I have that picture. I know I have that for a fact. Because if you don't know me, I am obsessed with Steve Lacy. I loved him. I've loved Steve Lacy for 8 years now. Ever since I clicked on that one video of his, been in love with him since. And crazily enough, I like all his songs, which I do find a little weird because even with artists I do love, I usually don't love all their songs, but for some reason Steve Lacy, I love all his songs, so that is why he is my favorite artist of all time. He's the GOAT for me. Well, fast forward, I eventually ended up graduating high school. Went through a whole quarter life crisis. I went to college for like 2 weeks, dropped out. Got a job, you know, panicking. Life is crazy. Yeah. Well, it wasn't crazy. It was just like a panic. Okay. Fast forward again. Um, maybe over a year later, year and a half later, I quit my second job because the reason I quit that job because I was very, very unhappy. I was very unhappy. I knew in my heart I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to have my own business. I wanted to just do all the things, accomplish all the things that I want to accomplish, which was having my own business and trying to work towards that. And honestly, for me personally, the job was taking a lot of my energy. I was tired every day. Wake up early. I had to be there at least by 10. Originally, I was supposed to be there at 8 in the morning, but I was able to change that because, well, I won't get into why I was able to change that. That's a little personal, but I was able to change that. So I was working 6 hours, and I had to take two buses there, so it would take maybe about an hour to get there. I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe not an hour. Depends how long I had to wait for the bus. And plus, the bus that I had to take there was very shitty, and I hated taking the bus. It was very, very unreliable. So that really sucked. So I wasn't getting home until like 6:30 or something. And then I had to eat, go to bed, clean, you know, wake up the next day, go to work. So it was honestly just very draining to me. And then one time my boss said some slick shit to me. So I was like, nah, I gotta go. So I left and I created a plan. I started to make a little extra money on the side. I started donating plasma. Before I quit that job, I did make sure I just buy a lot of the essential things I needed. Like, this is my new room. This is not my childhood bedroom. I'm in the basement, so I had to buy a lot of my own things. So I bought this camera actually, and I bought this dresser, and I bought all those things in the back and some of those things. So yeah, so made sure I bought a lot of the essential things I need before I quit, and put some money in my savings before I quit. Oh shit. So quit my job, started donating plasma, and then I started getting into trying a lot of different things, creative things. So at first, like, I wanted to be a photographer, I wanted to be a videographer, I wanted to be a filmmaker, I wanted to be a writer. It was a lot of things that I wanted to do, but I was really just testing the waters to see, like, what would I be interested in. Also, during this time, I started to create art again. Mostly, started creating a lot of video content at first, which I do enjoy video content. I want to try to make more video content at some point in time. And I even considered being a full-time artist. Now, the reason I say considered is because, okay, I've had this thought ever since I was a child I was like, maybe I should just be a full-time artist, you know, make money doing art for people and selling my art or whatever. But I always knew in my heart and my soul, in the back of my mind, that I never wanted to make art my soul's form of income, my main form of income. Um, for me, art is something very personal to me, and what I create, and I like to make art that is meaningful to me, that means a lot to me, and it helps me express myself and everything like that. So me having to sell it and make art for other people, that honestly, one stresses me out, and honestly it just makes me very sad because I hate making meaningless art. I like my art to mean something to me. And another reason I can't become a full-time artist, because when I create something, I honestly just have like an attachment to the piece. So if I make a painting but it's for somebody, it's like, I don't know if I really want to give it to you. It looks like I really love you and I made the piece for you, then yeah, obviously I'll give it to you. But as for like commission work, you need to tell me I spent hours on this shit and I have to give it away. This is mine. I put my time, my blood, sweat, and tears into this. And I have to give it away? I no, I can't. I just can't fathom. And then ultimately there would be a lot of pressure on me to create new art over and over again, new art. And I don't want that type of pressure when it comes to my art, because like I said, art is very therapeutic for me. It's very nice. It's like kind of a little bit of a getaway for me. I love to create art, and it makes me really happy. And having to make it a job, I'm not too sure. So, but as for selling art, I am looking into selling art prints and zines and stuff. So I'm actually designing a zine right now. So if you want to see if that ever comes out, yeah, you can see. Um, I'm not too sure when that's gonna come out though, because I got a lot of shit to do and I've been stressed. But it is gonna come out eventually. Another form of art that I was able to tap into was writing. So during like 2020, I think 2021, I started writing. I'm pretty sure. I started writing poetry, and then right now I'm not really writing poetry so much. I'm more so writing like essays and different things like that, passages. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I just been writing. Not, but in 2020 I mostly wrote a bunch of poetry and stuff, and I started journaling too. I love journaling. For me, journaling helps me really understand what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. It helps me dissect my feelings and stuff, and so I can really understand myself and what's happening. I even thought about becoming a full-time writer, which I have worked towards, to be a self-published author, but honestly, it just really scares me because yet again, the writing is very personal and dear to me, and honestly, that sounds so scary for everybody to be able to read it. And I do think one day I do want to publish some of my work one day, just not today. Well, I don't know. It's just really scary for me. Now, it's 2025 now, so now I'm talking 2 years later. 2 years later, I think. Yeah, 2 years later. Um, I'm making a lot of art. I guess I could show you some of the arts that are on my wall right now. And I do some pieces I want to hang up. I don't know where I'm gonna put them right now though, but I'll show you that. And art is very liberating. It's kind of a stress release. It helps me. It's just like therapy to me. I mean, I don't go to therapy, but this is my type of therapy, you know? And I should get therapy too, but this is nice. I like it. You should start making art too. It's a form of self-expression, the way you get your thoughts out, get things that you want to say out. If you want to convey a message to people, you can use your art to do that. You can do lots of things with art. There's so many. Art is limitless. There's videos you can make. You can make entertainment. There's so many different forms. You can make clothing. Like I make this headband. I learned how to crochet again. Even though this isn't my favorite headband, I'll put a picture of my favorite headband on the screen. But And I've been making bracelets. I'm not wearing the bracelets I made, but I made this one. I made my family all matching bracelets, and I've been crocheting. I'm actually crocheting a blanket right now. I crocheted a blanket for my grandma. Um, it's just, you should start making art too on your free time. You should definitely do that. It's very good. It's a nice hobby to have. Um, passes time. What can I say? And how am I gonna? I'm still going to incorporate art into my business. Right now, I really want to focus on trying to start doing workshop classes with people and doing different things. I think a really cool workshop that I want to do is do a little short mixed media animation. I'd probably just do like 12 frames to make it easy, because obviously animation takes a long time, a very long time. So I think only 12 frames would be like the max I would do for a class, because that alone would take a little while. So yes, I don't know if that really was helpful for anybody to want to start creating art. I think I just blabbed the whole time and just told a bunch of stories. But you should start making art. Oh, I also even funnily enough, I consider being a tattoo artist. If you don't know, I do have tattoos on my legs. I don't show them very much because, again, they're very personal to me, and also they're not like socially acceptable tattoos. So I kind of like keep them to myself and keep them protected to myself. So yeah, so I even consider being a tattoo artist, and still, I would think I would probably do that. Not all the time, but maybe sometimes I could do a little tattoo from time to time. But yeah, you should create art. It's a great form of self-expression. It's very therapeutic. It's refreshing, like a breath of fresh air, and it's rewarding when you create something like that you imagined, and then it just comes to life. And you can envision so many things. You can make a whole world of things. Like, I may not be in a place that I want to be, but I can create something that makes me happy in a place that I want to be in my head, onto the canvas, onto the paper, onto wherever. And I love it. I love it. I even started doing some clay stuff, which I suck at clay. I do think that I should do some more research about clay, because I suck at it a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little tad bit. But yes, if you watched this video, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, then I'm sorry, I guess. Do you want to see my outfit? I'm actually going to see Michael Jackson on Broadway today. And this is what I'm wearing. Oh, I actually learned tighten this dress. The dress is still too loose. I sewed these two a little in more, I think half an inch on each side. So that's like, yeah, half an inch each side. Still like loose, so I put this little belt here because it was looking a little funny. I don't even think you can see it. I'm probably just to put a picture of it on the video, but yeah. Anyways, goodbye. Thank you for watching.